Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is dr.J and this is the 4th episode of my series How to Complete Hollow Knight. Last time we visited the fungal wastes and collected the mantis claws from the mantis village. This extremely important and useful item will really open the game for us. The first thing we'll be doing though is enter the City of Tears and start exploring it in order to hopefully find out what has caused the fall of the Hallownest kingdom. Now that we have the claws, it's time to visit the City of Tears. We'll be making a quick stop to collect another Wanderer's Journal on the way there. And this is the lore tablet that explains the relationship between the Mantis tribe and the kingdom of Hallownest. Opening another shortcut. Take a note of that tree. We don't have the ability to use it yet, but we'll come back to it later. With the journal collected, we are going straight to the City of Tears. The Mushroom Clan are hybrids between bugs and plants. As I've said, they have a hive mind and have also developed their own unique language. In order to understand the lore tablets they have created, you need to have the Spore Shroom charm equipped. The reason they've accepted the rule of the Kingdom of Hallownest was not because of the kingdom itself, but entirely due to the Pale King's ability of foresight. Unfortunately, in the end, that did not save them from the infection. Here we have another relatively easy platforming section in order to access the city. It's ridiculous how hard I was choking on this part. Finally. The lever acts as a checkpoint and raises up this part of the breach. Well, like I said, it's a relatively easy platforming. Now all that's left is to place the city crest we got from the false knight and we gain access to the city. Let's go grab the nearest bench. Right, I forgot about those. The Belfry acts like a homing projectile. Similarly to the cores of the Ooma, they are difficult to dodge and cause 2 masks of damage if hit. The Husk Sentry acts similarly to the Moss Knight, except he doesn't have a shield, so just pogo jump him to death. After going down the elevator, we are finally at the bench where Quero is resting. Talk with him for a bit and continue going down and to the left so we can meet the nailsmith and finally upgrade our weapon. The city of Tears was the capital of the Hallownest kingdom, and as in any kingdom, the divide between high society and the commoners is clearly visible here. The western part, where the main entrance to the city is where the travelers and the relatively poor citizens of the city lived, while the rich and powerful remained more or less isolated in the eastern part. If enemies fall in the water, they die instantly, but you also lose their geo. The first upgrade from the nailsmith will only cost you geo, but for the next ones you need pale ore. A total of 6 pale ores can be collected in predetermined locations, and you need all of them if you want to upgrade your nail to its maximum potential.
Garadel Akari.
Next we'll go all the way to the right with a quick stop for another Hallownest seal, to get to the NPC that buys all those vendor items we've collected. The capital of Hallownest was built in the large cavern below the Blue Lake, which we'll visit later. The lake is also the reason for the constant rain, which has given the city its current namesake. At some point after the decay caused by the infection, the lake has started to leak and is slowly flooding the city. The winged sentry is annoying mostly because it flies. Otherwise he only has the slash attack and it's not terribly difficult to dodge. As you can see, even with one upgrade of the nail, it does significantly more damage. Okay, so now we are off to meet Relic Seeker Lem. The heavy sentries are not as difficult as they may seem. Their only attack are a charge and an overhead slam. Keep in mind that if he's idle and you try to jump over him, he will jump as well and hit you.
Son?
You can sell all the artifacts you find during your journey to Lem, and he'll share some war info about the past of Hallownest.
Velmi Artred. Kachael Liasok. Velmi Artred. Opal. Velmi Art. Velmi Artred. Velmi Artred. Opal. Helmadolka.
Let's continue going up and we'll save another group on the way. After the infection became apparent, the rulers of the city tried to close it off to the rest of the Hallownest kingdom. While this was in vain, I don't believe they really expected the infection to just pass them by. I think it was more in a bid to slow it down so they have enough time to find a solution. And there were several proposed solutions. While the Pale King researched his own and finally decided to implement it, the leader of the Soul Sanctum was convinced that his was the right one. So the Soul Master defied his king and dedicated all his resources in researching the soul energy. We will witness the results of his research very soon. We are just going around opening various shortcuts. And that's group number 9. After we've dealt with the ambush, we go upstairs to grab the bench and meet Cordifer.
Dejémoslo escuchar.
Going left again, we'll have the opportunity to once again show our respect to the great and mighty Zod. If we continue all the way to the left, we can open another shortcut. Now it's time to resume our climb upwards. At the top and to the left is another Wanderer's Journal. After collecting it, we'll be going to the right in order to activate another stack station and use it to travel back to Dirtmouth. Dropping the weight creates another shortcut directly to the station. Once we're back in Dirtmouth, we should visit Sly again, this time with plenty of geos so we can buy part of his inventory. For now, let's just buy a mask shard and the Gathering Swarm charm. This charm is more of a convenience item, but I consider it a must-have for the majority of the playthrough. It really saves a lot of time. Let's use the opportunity to equip our newest charm. Now we've met Tiso. He certainly thinks highly of himself. We'll have an opportunity to see whether he can back up his talk. After finishing your talk, let's use our new abilities to save another grub. Before that, however, let's grab another Hallownest seal. Grub number 10. It's time to head back to the Grubfather and collect our rewards. Now that we have the Mantis claws and the dash, traveling is so much more entertaining. I really wish we could have gotten them a lot earlier in the game. To be honest, I wish the gatekeeping was done with keys of some kind, and we could have just had all our movement abilities right from the start. But again, I understand why they did it this way, I'm just not particularly happy with the decision. So basically at this point we should have received the group song charm. It's a reward for saving 10 grubs, and obviously I've missed one of them. So let's go check all the previous group locations. Of course it turns out it was at the last place I've had to check, in green path near the place where Cornifer was. I really like the aesthetics of green path. There's not something in particular I can put my finger on, just the general feeling of a lush environment filled with life tickles me in my happy places. There is a hidden corridor in which there is a vine holding a stone you can use to get to the grub. So let's go back to the grubfather now. While we're traveling back to the grubfather, it would be a good time to talk a bit more about the grubs. They are a collectible item. Seriously, I couldn't find anything about how they came to be here in Hallownest, why they were the only beings imprisoned in jars, or how they're unaffected by the infection. I'm guessing they are new arrivals like some of the other bugs, like Tiso or Zod for example, but it's never even hinted if that's true. I thought I was rid of this obsession to dive in acid. Finally we get the grub song charm. I consider it a staple since it helps a lot with soul management by gathering soul each time you take damage. A great synergy is using it with Grubberfly's elegy as it directly increases the amount of soul gained from each hit you receive. And if you're using Weaver Song, the Weaverlings will collect a bit of soul each time they hit. Okay, so let's explore some more of the Forgotten Crossroads using our new abilities. Hey guys, we've hit a bit of a snag while saving those grubs, but finally we're back on track. In the next episode we will go fight one of the several optional bosses and then get back to exploring the City of Tears. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please press the like button, and if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. This will really help me to provide better content for you guys. Hope to see you again next time, and until then, have a good one.